Good morning. All right, listen, we've got some folks here from Shepherd University to talk to you this morning. They have sat in your seat, so they have some knowledge of things that they can give you to help you on your path from here. So make sure you give them your full attention. All right, so I want to introduce to you Dr. Hicks.
Thank you, Mr. Sherman. It's quite an honor to be here, and I'm so impressed how you came in. I could just see a lot of wisdom out there, that's for sure. But anyway, before we get started, and again, I have outstanding Shepherd University leaders. They're going to be doing the majority of the presentation. But anyway, we're going to have a 2-minute video that we want to share with you. Then after the 2 minutes, then we'll start. And thank you, Lexi and Christian, for setting us up this morning. She's taken lots of great pictures. Up there, if you'll notice, we do have an outstanding crew under Mr. Larry Dowdy, Director of Media Services, and Bob Tanzo and Andrew Ford. They're here. We're making history at Shepherd University. This is the first high school that our student leaders are going to be presenting to. And we're so grateful to Mr. Sherman for letting us have this opportunity. Hopefully next fall we'll be visiting some other high schools, but this is the first. I also want to thank Barbara Candelas over here. You'll get to meet her pretty soon. At the end, all of you will get this nice scroll to take home. And what's fun about it, on the back, it tells about all the different majors and everything. Now, ready to start. Oh, Mr. Matheny, where's Mr. Matheny? He is very helpful helping us get it set up. And Miss Katie Smith, I don't believe she's here, but they're great people. Anyway, first, I want to tell a little bit about our first presenter before I give him the microphone. He is a nursing education major. You might want to stand over here kind of in the shadows here, but he'll be on soon. He is a nursing education major, treasurer of the Student Government Association, president of the Interfraternity Council, treasurer of the Black Student Union, and journalist for the Picket, that's our Shepherd newspaper. He also is the one that came to me with the idea that university students, they want to reach out. They want to talk to the high school students. And all of these student leaders, you will be impressed with each one of them. They're all really unique. Now for the formal introduction of for our MC. In my right corner, over here, in the red pants, he has red pants on, weighing in at 200 pounds. He hails from Martinsburg, West Virginia, and was rated by many as the best dressed to graduate from from Martinsburg High School. With 2 state championship rings, both of them earned having started in neither season, nor touched the field for that matter. And actually the rings he has on today are from the famous Cedric Brown. He is the former student, former athlete, well, sort of, former member of the Bulldog family. Give it up for Deshaun Long.
Good morning, Martinsburg High School. What is good? Man, it's great to be home. I want to first thank Dr. Regina Hicks for that amazing, flattering introduction. And I want to thank you all, Martinsburg High School, for allowing me and my fellow student leaders to be here today and speak with you all. Like she said, I am an alumni, and I graduated 2013. Probably one of the best graduating classes to come out of the Burg, in my opinion. Now listen, I don't want no beef, that's just my opinion, all right? And as I speak with you all today, I'll be patting my forehead. It's a little hot up here. But we had phenomenal people come out of the 2013 class, some of which you may know: Cedric Brown, Eugene German, Dave Long, Grant Davis, Annie Orr, Raven Lamb, Kylie Young, and et cetera. A great, amazing class. We came here today to meet you all where you're at. We came here today to deposit into you the key to success major after high school. We came here today because we have sat in those seats and we know how it feels to listen to someone tell you about college, what are you going to do after high school, and so on and so forth. But we want to come as your peers, someone you can relate to and give you a dose of that same medicine, hoping that you'll receive it a little better. These student leaders are phenomenal. All of them pursuing a variety of different majors. All of them coming from a diverse background. We understand that everyone is not good when it comes to academics. Some people struggle more than others. And then with others, it comes very easy. 4.0. But each one of us come from that. Some of us struggled, barely got through, while others, it was a breeze. But regardless of where you come from, what you struggle with, where you're at mentally, we want to let you know whatever you want to achieve, it is attainable. But you must plan and act now, because the future is now. When I was a sophomore in high school, I knew the importance of education, but I struggled. So I did not imagine going to college. Shoot, I wanted to be either a cook or a rapper. You know, I wanted to chef on Monday and be in the studio on Friday, all right? And model on the side, okay? Yes, I wanted to model. It was a phase. I love clothes, and I figured, shoot, in the modeling industry, all the designers you meet, all the clothes you wear, I would never have to buy clothes. But that soon passed. And once again, here I am in front of these books, trying to apply myself. But it was challenging. All through grade school, I had what you would call an IEP. You know, I was a kid who needed extra assistance, extra time on quiz and tests, things read aloud. I needed help on reading, spelling. So going to college, I couldn't imagine being successful in that arena because I struggle so much now. And it wasn't until I came here to Martinsburg High School my junior year, I was able to acquire the support system I needed to achieve my dreams. Who all here knows Mrs. Trumbull? Raise your hand. Anybody know Mrs. Trumbull? I love Mrs. Trumbull to pieces. That's like a second distant mom. And she really, really helped mold me into the individual I am today. She knew I had the drive. She knew I had the capability. I just needed that support, that understanding. So, with me, college was very far off, but she changed all that. She changed all that. With me, my peers, you didn't want to tell your friends, oh, I'm studying, I can't come out. Because depending on who you're hanging around, they'll say that's lame. But that's not the case at all. Education, your escape from, or it will keep you from poverty. And education, it is your key to financial security, financial freedom. And education provides you endless opportunities. And no matter where you're at now, whether you struggle academically, you can achieve whatever you put your mind to. Seek that support system that you need. Establish a relationship with your teachers because they want to see you go far. Just being back here brings back so many memories. Being on the Bulldog football team, a brotherhood, a bond I cherish. Friends I'm still in communication with. As you can see, these aren't my rings. Actually, I want to talk to Coach Walker after this. I want to ask if I can get mine for free. I ordered it, but I never bought it, so I never got it. You know, so I had to ask Mr. Brown if I could borrow his. How many people in here are thinking about the future? With a show of hands. Okay. Some of us are on our feet and we're thinking. If I can leave you with anything today, and I've said this already, is plan and act as if the future is now, because it is. I chose to pursue a higher education at Shepherd University because I'm someone, like I said, who needs that one-on-one attention. I need to be able to establish a relationship with my educator and have them help me along this journey because it truly does take a village. And that is what your teachers and the professors at my university are there for. I chose Shepherd University because there I can establish a name for myself. There, the possibilities, the opportunities were endless. As Dr. Virginia Hicks mentioned, I'm in countless organizations that have helped me prosper during my time at Shepherd University. I chose Shepherd because of the student to professor ratio. So, for example, for every help me out, student leaders. For every 17 to 1, thank you, Paige. For every 17 students, there's one professor, correct? And with that ratio, you're able to have a more personal relationship. You know, when you have a classroom of 15 to 20 people, your professor is able to know you on a first name basis versus being in a classroom with 100, 200 students at some universities. During my time at Shepherd University, I've had my struggles, but my successes have surely outweighed them. I've been exposed to so much diversity, so much intellect, so much opportunity. So, with no further ado, I would like to introduce the next speaker, my man, my fraternity brother, Samuel Brown. Can we give him a round of applause, please?
Thank you very much. All right, I want to make sure everybody is awake today and they're really into the presentation. We'll start off with, how are we doing today, Martinsburg High School?
Pretty good.
Oh, no, that wasn't good enough. How are we doing today, Martinsburg High School?
Pretty good.
Okay, that's a lot better. Excellent, well, awesome. My name is Sam Brown, and it has been a pleasure to work with Deshaun Long. He brought me into this project to really try to get this off the ground, to get this high school outreach tour going, so that way we can go to more high schools and talk to you where you're at in your seats and your auditorium. So hopefully we can get some good feedback. You guys don't hate us too bad, and maybe we can go forward to do some more high schools coming up here in the fall. So anyway, I graduated from Faith Christian Academy in Martinsburg, a little bit down the road over on Greensburg, and my graduating class was about 15 people, so I was a big fish in sort of a small pond. And I remember when I graduated in the spring of 2015, my parents said, oh no, you're staying at home and you're going to Shepherd. And originally I thought, well, okay, I guess I'll stay there maybe for a year and transfer out to one of the bigger schools, to WVU or to Marshall. But after you're done with my presentation here today, I think you'll be able to see a different side of the story, because today I'm going to be talking about community. The community that I'm sure each and every one of you has here at Martinsburg, that I would encourage you to try and find at Shepherd. And I know that a lot of people, if they haven't already, are going to be talking to you about college, where you're going and why you should go to their school. So today, I'm not going to tell you why you should go to Shepherd. I'm going to tell you why I went to Shepherd and let you make your own decision. So anyway, like I said, I started at Shepherd University in the fall of 2015, and I really didn't know what I was going to do. I knew I really liked to argue and debate back and forth, so I went into the logical major, political science. And when I first started doing political science, I noticed that Shepherd had a debate team. So I thought, well, my high school didn't have that. I'll give it a try and try it out. And when I walked in the room, it was craziness. These people could debate back and forth like nobody's business. I thought there was no way I could ever be any good at this. Well, goes to show with a little hard work and practice, this past spring, myself and a few of my fellow classmates and debaters went down to Florida for the National Novice Debate and Forensics Championships. And Shepherd University came out on top, placing in the top 10 in the country. And I placed #1 in the country for speaking. So if we think I might be a little odd with my talking or not the usual off-the-cuff sort of way, that's probably why. But anyway, so I was able to find that community in the debate team and being able to excel in something I'm good at. But that's not the only community Shepherd offers. Like Deshaun said before, I'm also in a fraternity with Deshaun. I'm also the new Interfraternity Council President coming up for the 2017 year, as well as involved in a bunch of other things, such as the SGA, the Pre-Law Society, Shepherd Democrats, different things like that. But when talking about community at Shepherd, there's so many different ways to get involved that you wouldn't even think of just going 15 minutes or 20 minutes down the road from where you live over in the little town of Shepherdstown, West Virginia. So when talking to you today about giving some advice about how to move forward when you're deciding where you're going to go to college, if that is your choice, I would leave you with this. Take advantage of the communities you have now and look to the future when you're deciding on where to go to college as to what will be the best fit for you, what will provide you with the best community necessary to be able to succeed in life and to be able to move forward in the way you wish to do. Thank you very much.
good morning. How are you all doing today? Good, good. Okay, well, my name is Brianna Hester. I'm going to give you a little bit of background before I go into what I'm going to say. I grew up in Jefferson County and I went to Washington High School. I was an athlete, I was a scholar, I played soccer, basketball, I did dance, I was in the National Honor Society, so I was pretty involved from the start. And naturally, I thought when I went to college, I would be playing soccer and that was going to be the rest of my life. Well, that kind of changed. So when I got to Shepherd University, I played soccer for my first 2 years. It was a great experience, great coaches, team members, everything like that. But I kind of started to be challenged because I realized that that really wasn't all that I wanted to do with my life and not what I was really, really passionate about. So I stopped after my sophomore year playing soccer, and I was trying to find something else that I wanted to be a part of, that I was passionate about, and I realized, well, first off, let me ask, is there anyone in here that is interested in culture? Any type of culture, other cultures, other than your own, learning about your own culture? Okay, I see a couple hands, great. So that is what I decided that I was really passionate about, and that was what I wanted to get involved in at Shepherd University. So I started out going to the meetings for the Black Student Union. Deshawn was already there, a great member, and helped me get acclimated and kind of fit into the family. And then I started with the International Student Union at Shepherd. And now both of these organizations are places to go to learn about culture from around the world, from right here, anywhere, anything. It's just an open place to learn and to be open and to respect everyone and everything and their experiences in their past. And so I got really excited and I got really involved, extra involved. I was super busy. I don't think I slept all second semester. But now I'm really ready to take some more responsibility in what I'm doing. So I'm the new treasurer of the International Student Union, which I'm really excited about, and I'm the new president-elect for the Black Student Union at Shepherd University for the 2017 year, which I am so, so proud to be a part of. And it just goes to show that no matter what you're interested in, no matter what you're involved in, what you care about, there's something at Shepherd for you, and there's something that you can find to get involved in that can make you happy where you are. And that was really what I found, and that's what made me want to stay and what made me such a great student and what made me really work hard at what I'm doing. Now I'm going to go off and tell you a little bit about my major, which might kind of confuse you a little bit because it's a little different. I'm a computer science major at Shepherd University, which I'm really proud of because there's not many females in the field. Any other females out there that are interested in technology? No? Okay, I see one. I'm with you. So that's really what I'm learning about now. I've got one more year and I'll be graduated. And something that Shepherd is really good at is finding you jobs after college, which is really important. I know you're not thinking about it right now, but it's really, really important to what you're going to be doing with the rest of your life. And Shepherd was able to find me a great internship that I've been at for the past year and a half, and it's paid, which is really important because broke college student thing is real. And they are already offering me a full-time position for when I graduate. So Shepherd is just really good at giving you the opportunities that you need to succeed once you leave. And they're really good at getting you out on time, getting you out with the knowledge that you need. And one thing that I want to leave all of you with is some advice to take advantage of the opportunities and the resources that you have right here, that you have now. So take advantage of your teachers, of your coaches, of your principal, of anyone that is willing to help you succeed and willing to give you some advice. And I challenge you to take that advice into your life after high school and make something great of yourselves, because I know that each and every one of you have that in you. So thank you so much for listening to my little spiel today. And next, I'm going to introduce someone who is also really involved at Shepherd, but can give you a little bit of a different perspective from mine. So welcome, Kelsey Cheney.
Kelsey Cheney. I went to Hedgesville High School. I graduated in 2014. And like a lot of you, I'm sure, I did not want to go to Shepherd. Didn't even think about it, didn't even apply. Hated it. So my first choice was George Mason University in DC, like Virginia area. Got accepted, was so excited, and it was $50,000 a year. So they told me they were going to give me scholarships, and I waited about a month and a half for the scholarships to come, and it was $1,000. So that left me with $49,000 left to pay. Couldn't afford it. So I picked my second choice, which was WVU. Was so excited to get out of Berkeley County, get away from my parents and everything that was here. And got to WVU, moved in with my best friend, biggest mistake of my life. And had a boyfriend back here, rushed a sorority, but things went downhill pretty quick. I had to withdraw from one of my classes because I was failing. It was political science, which correlated with my major of international studies. My roommate and I got in a huge fight. She had to move out, and then my grandpa passed away too. So I moved back home and decided to come to Shepherd, and I was dreading it completely, but I decided, you know what, I'm struggling, I promised scholarship, I have to go here or else I'm gonna lose all my money. So got to Shepherd, worked my butt off that first semester, got a 3.8 GPA, thank the Lord. And in the fall, I decided to rush for a sorority again, and I accepted a big bid for Tri Sigma, which I joined because I wanted to make friends, and I know a lot of people make fun of Greek life for that, but I needed friends and I needed a way to network because I didn't know anybody. So Tri Sigma has been way more than just making friends and whatever you think sororities do. It has been leadership opportunities. I've been risk manager, I've been homecoming chair, we won last year, thank God. I was character counts week chair, and Panhellenic treasurer, and right now I'm vice president of operations. So it's been really great for that. They've sent me to Chicago, they've sent me to Dulles for leadership conferences, so it's really been a lot of networking, connecting. So academics-wise, I majored in communications and new media, and that's like public relations, social media, but you can also go into like coding and studio production, things like that. So right now, I have kept all of my scholarships, thank the Lord. My professors are so personable. If I have to email them, they email me just so quick. They reply so fast. Sorry, I'm really nervous, guys. And then, like if I go to their office, they're right there for me. They offer so much help, they're great. My advisor, Matt, that's the other thing. All my professors, they let us call them by their first names in my department, so it's great. But he just helped me apply for an internship in Washington, D.C. Helped me create all the tweets and all the social media stuff that I had to do to apply. Didn't get it, but it's okay. I got another one. But I'm keeping my GPA. All my professors are great. I know how to code now. I know how to make social media campaigns. What else? I've learned about child development in my minor of psychology. It's been really great for me at Shepherd, and it really was the best decision I've ever made. So my advice to you all, because I know a lot of you don't want to go to Shepherd, is figure out what you need out of a college. Like if you decide to go to college, figure out what you need, and once you figure that out, at least apply to Shepherd, because it really could be the best decision you've ever made, because it was definitely mine. Thank you. And now I'm going to introduce Future Miss America, Tess Heyer. Thank you, Kelsey. Okay, so I'm going to switch it up a little bit because I am no longer an undergrad student at Shepherd. I actually graduated this month, May 6th, which was very exciting and rewarding. I'm a double major, or graduated with a double major, one in recreation and leisure studies with a concentration in sports communications, and the other in communications and news media with a concentration in strategic communications. I graduated in 4 years. It took me only 4 years as a double major, so you can imagine the workload. It was kind of crazy, but at the same time, very rewarding. I held a 3.9 GPA overall throughout my time at Shepherd, which was very exciting, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a second. But why did I choose Shepherd? I chose Shepherd because, one, it was convenient and it was close to home, but not only that, you have such a close personal experience in the classroom because it's only you within maybe 15, maybe even 40, no more than 40 students in your class. That's rewarding because I know that I'm going to get the attention that I need to accomplish the course that I'm taking. I think the max student kind of count that I had was in my history class, and that was only about 36, 40 students. So if you like a smaller classroom setting, Shepherd's probably the ticket. And so why did I choose my major? Well, when I was in the 10th grade, I thought I was going to be the next Erin Andrews, but brunette version. I loved football, I loved basketball, I played sports growing up, and I even danced. And it was something that I was interested in. But at Shepherd, I also learned about the communications department. We actually have a full studio that you can learn how to do studio production, learn how to work the cameras, work with a green screen, and you can even do your own talk shows or go on the field and kind of interact with the athletic department, which is what I did during my time. And I even interned with the athletic department and covered the basketball season for Shepherd University this past year. I got to travel down to Charleston, West Virginia and cover the Mountain East Conference NCAA division for their basketball championship, which was very cool. Got to sit courtside and run all the social media for that account. And switching it over to the communication side as well, for my final project as a senior, I wrote a research paper. But that research paper turned out to be something that I worked on within the 4 years that I was there. And for me, that was it was exhausting at times, but it was also rewarding because this past March, I got to fly out to Phoenix, Arizona and present at a conference that is nationally known as the International Association of Sport and Communication. And I was actually the only undergrad student accepted at this conference, presenting with a bunch of professors that I had no idea until I got there and walked in the door and was like, oh my gosh, there's a professor from Clemson, there's a professor from University of Florida, and all of these huge universities, and here I am representing Shepherd. There's so many different opportunities that Shepherd holds for you, and I can go on and on about them. But from my experience as well, when it comes to student activities, as Kelsey introduced me as the next Miss America, I didn't actually get involved in Shepherd the community at Shepherd University. Kind of stepped out of the box, but also was rewarded with scholarship money because some of you may or may not have met me before. I'm a former Miss Berkeley County title holder, also a former Miss Jefferson County title holder, and a runner-up to Miss West Virginia. And that was also very rewarding because I got to go into the community, not just Shepherdstown, but also Martinsburg, Ranson, Charlestown, you name it, I was there. I traveled the state of West Virginia. I got to talk to so many different schools and students like yourselves and really talk about the importance of getting involved. And that was my way of getting involved, along with being rewarded with scholarship money to pay my way through school. As far as the plans for the future, I'm not done. I'm returning to Shepherd to get my master's in business and administration. I know it's crazy, it's a change of fields because I'm not doing the communications thing anymore. It'll come later on with the career, I'm sure. But I'm interested in getting my MBA in business and hopefully applying to the government to follow in my mother's footsteps with that and becoming either a contracting officer or financial analyst and kind of using my communications and kind of traveling. Travel is in my future, I can see it. But, you know, possibilities are endless at Shepherd, and I really encourage you to just kind of check it out. I thought for myself I wasn't going to be at Shepherd University, but I did, and I loved it, and I don't regret it ever. So the one piece of advice that I will leave you with is, life is not a sprint, it is a marathon. And it may not make sense to you now, but it will come your senior year when you walk across that stage and get that high school diploma, and it will also make sense to you even more when you graduate from college. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Hi. Everyone's asleep. My name is Amaris Jalot. I'm an uprising junior at Shepherd University. I'm a pre-med student, so my major is biology, minor is chemistry. So today I just briefly want to share with you a little bit about why Shepherd. That's a big question. You're getting confronted with that from several different schools. But I want to talk to you a little bit about my experience with Shepherd, why I chose my major, as well as some of the balance issues of managing college and just life. So to start out, why Shepherd? I didn't choose Shepherd. Shepherd chose me. I kind of ended up going to Shepherd last minute because I couldn't afford school at WVU. Even though I had 3 scholarships, it was in the honors program. Didn't cover room and board. So this was a little bit of a surprise, but the blessing of it has been incalculable. To begin, Shepherd University has an awesome science program. It's a gold mine, and you would never know about it unless you were there. So the faculty is incredible. You've heard a lot about the teacher-to-student ratio, which is fantastic because you get a personal experience for learning. Even if you think that's not what you want, it helps. It helps a lot. It also opens up so many opportunities that are probably unforeseeable right now. For example, I got involved in research in biology and ecology my first year at Shepherd. I never planned on research, but it's become one of the most defining attributes of my college career. And I'm still doing it today. I absolutely love it. Probably wouldn't have happened if I went to a different school, because I wouldn't have had the teacher interaction that I had at Shepherd, and I wouldn't have had the opportunity as an undergrad. Most larger schools, they want upperclassmen for researchers. So it's incredible. I didn't get as involved in campus activities because I'm also a commuter, but I'm able to still be a part of research in a way that I absolutely love. Secondly, Shepherd is right down the road from you. Like I said, I'm a commuter, and you all have the possibility of commuting as well. There are several scholarships offered by Shepherd University, and even if you're thinking, I could probably afford college, down the road, you might want to do graduate school. If you're not planning on it now, later on you might, and it's so nice to have that financial ability to consider those things later on, should you change your mind. So, now a little bit about why I chose my major. Many of you might know what you want to do. How many of you can say right now you know exactly what you want to do? Okay. The rest of you have no clue, and I didn't either. I had absolutely no idea. So a lot of people, when they're confronted with that situation, they do what they're good at. And if I did that, I would probably be a mathematician right now. I loved math through high school. Absolutely loved math, still love math. But there was also a side of me that wanted to be in a field where there were discoveries still to be made. I was so curious about the natural world. And so I went into medicine. It's like, hey, there's discoveries every day there, and so much you never know about. So biology satisfies that curiosity side. Chemistry is my minor, so I get some of that concrete sciencey side of things that I loved in high school. Why I'm sharing this with you, though, is because when I was in 10th grade, I had no idea. When I started college, I didn't know if I could do science. I didn't know if I would even like it that much. So it's been a very rewarding thing. What I want to challenge you, though, with that is think about now what you're passionate about. Do you like learning? Do you not like learning? Do you like dealing with people? Would you rather not? Think about those things. It's your passion, your curiosity that will fuel you through college or through whatever career you choose. So think about that. That's what I would encourage you about. Finally, just a couple notes about balancing life at college. There are 2 different types of people. There are those that work all the time, and there's those that have fun all the time and don't work enough. I have a tendency to work all the time. And so right now when you're in high school, what's really important, and I wish I could have told myself back then, is the hobbies that you have now, the things you enjoy now, hold on to those things. If you're not going to make a career out of them, that's fine. But remember them, because they will help keep you balanced. So my final, just one single piece of advice for you today, if you don't get anything, just get this, is that you have opportunity at your fingertips. You all have worked hard to get to this point in high school, and you have so much opportunity. You have Shepherd University, you have other schools, but really Shepherd University is the best. I mean, come on. So don't limit yourselves. Explore these things, consider them, and think about them. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce one of our finest seniors. She's a McMurrin Scholar, and her name is Paige Palmer.
Hello. Like she said, my name is Paige Palmer. And actually, as of May 6th, I'm a graduate of Shepherd University. I graduated in 3 years with a 4.0 and a degree in elementary education. Now, graduating early wasn't easy. In fact, it was the most challenging thing I've ever done. But when you have a passion, like I do, for the education of young people, anything is possible. When I was asked to speak here today, I started to think about what my life would be like if I didn't get involved at Shepherd. I'm a commuter. I choose not to live on campus. While it's nice that my mom still does my laundry, I felt bored my first semester. I felt like my routine was wake up, go to class, go home, do homework, go to sleep. Wake up, go to class, go home, do homework, go to sleep. I was bored. It was so mundane. Everyone had always told me that Shepherd is what you make of it. So I decided to make something of Shepherd. I joined and became president of an education honor society, or an education club. I became the professional development chair for an education honor society that I was invited to join. I also represented all elementary education students in a council consisting of my professors, my dean, and the chair of my department. I joined Relay for Life and planned the Luminaria ceremony, and I was inducted in some other honor societies. They're not that important right now. But all of these gave me one thing. They gave me the opportunity to meet and connect with people I had never thought I would meet. My professors, my friends, even community members were able to guide and mentor me. Even if it was just the 5 friends I had breakfast with every morning. So what? I'm the 8th person you've listened to today tell you to find your passion. Because it's important. Even though you're only sophomores, you're about to be juniors, and you're about to be faced with the biggest decision of your life. I know, it sounds melodramatic. But it's important. Shepherd University has allowed me to grow and to become something I didn't think I was ever going to be. Because if you knew sophomore Paige, I was sitting in the back of the classroom wearing a marching band t-shirt and hoping the teacher didn't call on me because I never knew the answer. Even if your path does not take you to be part of the Ramily, I hope you find something that allows you to grow and inspires you every day. It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Sneha Reddy.
Hi everyone. Like Paige said, my name is Sneha Reddy, and I am the SGA president for Shepherd University for the 2018-2019 school year. I know I'm the last speaker, so I know you've had a lot of information coming at you, but I do want to talk to you a little bit about my experience. So I'm not from Berkeley County, I'm not from Martinsburg or Hagerstown, I'm actually from Richmond, Virginia, which is like 3 hours away, huge. I don't know if any of you know VCU, UVA, Virginia Tech, JMU. So I graduated from Godwin High School, which was humongous. We had around 1,000 students at our high school, and it was kind of like you go to UVA, VCU, or JMU, you go to those huge colleges. But I got into the MedStep program at Shepherd University, and the MedStep program at Shepherd University gives me guaranteed admission to WVU Med School as long as I stick with my contract and get the score that I need on my MCAT, as well as the GPA that they require. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Shepherd, I'm gonna graduate in 3 years, I'm not gonna make friends, I'm just gonna get in, get out, go to med school, and start my life. Boy, was I wrong. Shepherd University was probably one of the best decisions that I've ever made. I think we've talked about it a lot throughout, but community is a big part of college. And I know, I'm sure you guys have pride for being a part of Martinsburg High School, and I think one of the biggest things about Shepherd is the connection that we have with our town. We have a beautiful connection with our town, Shepherdstown. We support our local business. We're always around. They're always there to support us. And I think that connection and that community is something that really brings a new light to college and a college town and also university. And I think that when you really start to choose where you want to go to college, you have to pick 3 things. You have to look at what you're passionate about. I'm a bio major. I absolutely love science. But at the same time, I also love public speaking. I also love liberal arts. So I joined the SGA. I was a parliamentarian last year, and then now I'm the SGA president. I'm also in Tri Beta at the same time, which is a biology fraternity. It's a non-social, but I'm the vice president of the Tri Beta fraternity for the upcoming school year. I also love service. I'm part of the Rotaract, which I don't know if any of you guys have the Rotaract Club here. Show of hands. Do you guys know what Rotaract is, or the Rotary? It's a community service kind of club, so we do things called like the produce drop, which again, helping our community. So the more you give to your university, the more it will give to you. And I think that's the biggest thing that you need to take away from this, is the more effort that you put in, the more energy that you show, that's how much you're gonna get back. And I think that you can find that at any university, but I think the one thing about Shepherd is it offers opportunity, like a lot of my peers have said. The class ratio size is amazing. A lot of our labs, if you're in the science field, are taught by the professors. You get research opportunity. I'm researching with a professor this summer, and the opportunity, the more that you put in and the effect that you get out is inspiring. And I think that all of you guys have the potential to see that at Shepherd, and I really do think all of you will fit in at Shepherd wonderfully. But I also think that wherever you go and whatever you do and you pursue, really just take away resilience, passion, and putting in the effort that you want, that your university wants to give back to you. So thank you guys so much for letting us speak today. And I want to invite everyone back on stage for some questions. So we have a little Q&A for you guys. And again, thank you so much, Martinsburg High School.
Well, it's been real. Thank you all for surviving this presentation. So we want to open up for a Q&A. Do we have any questions? And do not be shy. Question in the back? Yes, I seen your hand in the red shirt. Yep. You want to stand up for me? Say it one more time. Yes, okay.
I actually want to be an attorney, so I want to use my voice as a public defender to sort of give back and be able to help those that can't really help. So I'm planning on going to law school after I graduate.
Any other questions? You stand up for me, please.
I wanted to know, how is the debate team? Is it good?
Oh, we are fantastic. Thank you very much. See, joining the debate team, we don't have tryouts. You show up and you do what you can. You try to give back and you try to speak however you possibly can. And our professor in charge of that, Dr. Joseph Robbins, is really, really good at helping students sort of be able to improve their speaking skills. So a lot of people do it not just to debate, but to be able to get better at speaking.
Okay.
My man. Oh, right here? My man.
I actually want to do the same thing you do. I want to get from science major to business attorney. So, like, what advice would you give to me?
So some advice I'd give, especially for the attorney path, is definitely be a part of the pre-law society. Right now, the upcoming president for the fall. And what's really exciting is we have the connections right now with admissions counselors from Georgetown, from George Mason, even from Harvard and Yale, from Shepherd University students to be able to go to these different law schools. So definitely get involved starting out your freshman year so you can continue to build these connections with law school admission counselors for the 4 years you're there. Does that answer your question?
All right. Got another one in the back corner. Right here. Yep.
Yes, as Paige said, education goes in, and nursing goes to Jamaica. That's kind of exciting. Psychology does a lot of abroad studies, even business. I think political science does some as well. Europe, yeah. So, I mean, the possibilities are endless, and we have a study abroad office that's designated to all kinds of programs that go study abroad in the library. And they offer scholarship.
We basically offer a study abroad for any major, though, pretty much. If you're interested in that,
I know there were some hands up over here if anybody had any questions in the back. Don't be shy. All right, I think we're gonna wrap up now because the bell is about to ring in 4 minutes, so I'm gonna hand it over to LaShawn.
All right, we just want to thank you all for allowing us to come here and speak. All right, so it's an honor to be back home. Go Bulldogs! Y'all were great there, right?
All right, guys, stay seated until the bell rings.
Now, you asked about international experience. The students are correct. We have many opportunities. I have the opportunity every other year to take future teachers, future nurses to Jamaica. And yes, that sounds like we go to have a beach time, but during the week they work hard. The students actually teach in the schools, and the nurses actually get to work, the future nurses get to work in the hospitals. But every college down there has opportunities for you. But I'm so proud of all of you coming here today because I know you're thinking about your career. But I want you to give a big hand again for these outstanding and amazing Shepherd University students. Let's give them a big hand. I am so proud of them. And Mr. Sherman, I want to thank you so much for giving us the opportunity. But you are our future leaders out there, and wherever you go, we're behind you, and yes, we would love to have you come to Shepherd University.